Grenada made history in 2015 by introducing the Natural Disaster Clause in its debt agreements, and now the country has triggered it for the first time. The Ministry of Finance recently notified international bondholders that Grenada had elected to make a deferral claim as a result of Hurricane Beryl. The hurricane caused a moderate loss exceeding $30 million. As a result, Grenada will defer upcoming bond payments due on November 12 and May 12, 2025, totaling over $12.5 million. Instead, these payments will be added to the $112 million bonds subsequent lump sum payments, extending until the bond's term ends in 2030. Mike Sylvester, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, highlighted the importance of the Hurricane Clause, which was introduced after the country endured two debt restructurings within a decade following the devastation of Hurricane Ivan in 2004.
And what we have been trying to do since 2015 is to try to get as many of those into our debt instruments as possible. Now, what a hurricane clause does is allow you some breathing space to be able to recover in the aftermath of a hurricane or some disaster or so.
However, he emphasized that certain conditions must be met for Grenada to activate this clause.
And so one of them, of course, is a payout from CRIF. And, of course, you recall that Grenada received a payout from CRIF 14 days after the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 1st. So in and between there, we received the payout of $44 million. And then, of course, we have had a period of 4 weeks within which we have to trigger the clause if we opted to do so. And so the government has taken the decision to do exactly that.
With climate change increasing the frequency and intensity of storms, clauses like these are expected to become more prevalent. As Grenada continues to recover from the impact of Hurricane Beryl, the government is currently assessing the damage and losses incurred.
The damage and loss is expected to be quite extensive. The CRIF model loss already placed that above 100 million US. So again, that in a sense is quite significant in the scheme of things. But those are some of the things that we are actually sort of working through to be able to respond. We have government also taken a decision, for example, to invoke the suspension clause of the Fiscal Resilience Act. And so that is something that you will see also a very short that will allow government to be able to facilitate and increase its spending in the wake of Hurricane Beryl. And so you also have the supplementary estimates going to Parliament very shortly as well.
In addition to the hurricane clause, Sylvester mentioned that other financial tools are available to support the government's recovery efforts.
We have the contingency provision as part of the NTF resources. That is also another tool that we have. We have the catastrophe default drawdown option with the World Bank, also another tool that we can deploy. And so, in a sense, we sort of looking at what are the best possible options available to us to be able to deal with that particular issue.
These mechanisms are part of government's broader strategy to ensure Grenada is better equipped to handle future natural disasters. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.